We're coming off this great conversation about having a sober holiday.
Boo! Citizens, thank you for supporting my booze.
It didn't go over too well.
No.
Didn't go too well. But, nevertheless, I thought in the spirit, the operative word being spirit of things, that we'll have a special guest today. Who we consider a good friend.
Yeah.
The man's hospitality is impeccable.
Absolutely.
I mean, he brought us to his home.
Yeah.
He brought us to his family's home.
Childhood home where we grew up and spent many a holiday.
Talked about their legacy and how his family has helped to shape and mold what we know as the wine industry, from its beginnings in Napa Valley to what we know of it now. Globally, they have made their imprint. And I want to welcome him to the show, the one and only Lorenzo Trefethen is here.
Thank you. With that introduction, I think maybe I should just stop talking, let you do it for me.
Well, I
appreciate it. No,
yeah, man.
It's my sister and I are.
Shout out to Haley.
That's right.
Yes.
We're caretakers of this amazing legacy, but it's a legacy that a lot of people don't know about.
Well, we want to come back and talk about it.
Yeah.
You open to doing that?
Oh, yeah, I'm welcome.
And listen, if you're into wines, like seriously, on the highest level, Trefethen legacy is golden. It's platinum. They've done so much in the world of wine, and we learned so much just coming onto their property, and Lorenzo just giving us the tour and telling us the history. If you are into the wines, this is a great time to call. You know who I'm speaking of, 888-742-3345. And if you want to learn and some of the great things that they're doing, community outreach as well, give us a call, all right? 888-742-3345.
Let's go.
As you know, I have never proclaimed to be much of a spirit indulger.
Let's just call it an appreciator.
I'm an appreciator, but what I am an appreciator of is history.
Yeah.
And I am a big fan of California terrain. Having grown up in Northern California, my family owned property in Clear Lake, California. In order to get there, we had to drive through Napa and wine country.
Okay.
That's a beautiful drive.
That's a beautiful drive from Oakland, and it would take us a couple of hours. And oh, man, I'm just thinking about this. God bless my grandmother, Elsie Waters. And I used to take her first cousin Bertha, my auntie Katie, my auntie Celia. All of these folks, we would, on our way to Clear Lake, we would always stop by the different wineries. And I wouldn't drink because I was the driver, but I would treat them to that whole experience. And I would see all these brands. And one of the brands I would see often was called Trefethen. Right? I'm saying that correctly, right?
Oh, yeah. We're right there at the base of the valley. You got to drive by us to get anywhere. Napa Valley starts at our place.
It starts at your place. And this is a winery that I want to say in the 60s.
68, my grandparents came to town, and there was nothing there. It was walnuts, apricots, prunes, cattle. When they started ripping out walnuts to plant grapevines, everyone thought they were out of their minds.
They thought they were going crazy, right? Yeah. So it was only walnuts and what else you said? Corn?
Apricots. There was, it was a lot, everything, but a lot of orchards, a lot of cattle, beef and dairy. And, Napa didn't exist yet. Napa wasn't Napa yet. It was a beautiful place, but Napa was known for two things, really. Had the largest veterans home in the state of California, and also the largest mental hospital.
That was in Napa.
Went back and forth from time to time. It still is.
That's a beautiful place for rehab. That's where I would want to be.
That's right. Exactly.
It is, right. Good point, Tracy. Especially after the conversation we had earlier.
Oh, boy, here he goes.
You're going to bring Lorenzo in on that.
Down the line. Because I want to see if he could. The way we went to your winery, Trefethen Winery, and you gave us such an amazing tour. Yeah. We don't have that kind of time, but can you break down your family's history, how you were able to restore Napa Valley right? Your impact that you've made on the wine industry, not just here domestically, but also internationally.
Yeah.
You guys accomplished things that American wines have never accomplished until you did, right?
Yeah.
Can you give us a breakdown of that?
Well, and Napa Valley was first. You know, we were one of the first in Napa Valley, and Napa Valley kicked the door wide open for everybody else. So we got started, and, you know, we like to say my grandparents were visionaries. Today, that's what we say. Back then, they were just out of their minds. And my parents, too. They started the winery, started making wine. There were like 20, 25 wineries in Napa at the time, and many of them were run by the Christian brothers making wine for the Catholic Church. So it wasn't, you know, wine country yet. And we started making, among other wines, a Chardonnay. Which there wasn't very much Chardonnay. When we started, there were fewer than 1,000 acres of Chardonnay in the state of California, and my grandfather planted about 200. So we had the Chardonnay vineyard in the early years. We were growing other things too, but Chardonnay was important because in 1979, the French put together the largest competitive wine tasting the world had ever seen. You can think of this, the wine industry has a little bit of...
right?
Yeah, they called it the... Les Olympiades de Vin, the Wine Olympics. There were 33 countries represented, and when Trefethen Chardonnay was declared the best Chardonnay in the world in 1979 in Paris, no one was more surprised than my parents. Right? They had no idea that a tasting was even taking place, much less that our wine had somehow made its way in there. And the French, as you might imagine, were not very pleased by that result, so they essentially threw out the results, said, this can't possibly be true, and they hosted a rematch the following year, this time in Burgundy, the home of Chardonnay. Yeah. And they tasted through all the top finishing wines from the year before, threw a few Grand Cru wines in that had not been part of the mix the year before, and we won again.
Yeah, won
and
again.
And that was the beginning of Napa Valley and the new world of wine. Up until that point, you could only make great wine in Burgundy, Bordeaux, and the Rhine. That was it. Nobody cared about the rest of the world, and certainly not California.
Yeah.
And, we came along and kicked the door, not only us, but a few people, other friends in Napa, kicked the door open for the rest of the world, and the world of wine is much more interesting now as a result.
This is Lorenzo Trefethen, right? Come on, of the bloodline right here. He's of the bloodline.
Right. Yeah. What I love, though, you break it down so simple, Lorenzo, and as Sway said, you walked us around, you showed us the beautiful property, the vineyard, and shared the story with your history, and you made it so simple, yet wine can be so intimidating.
Oh, wine's difficult.
It's very difficult.
You need like a special tool to just get in the bottle.
Right. It's so difficult.
Hilarious.
When you're at a table, you dinner, and you want to order a bottle of wine, and if someone puts it on you to order, not you, Lorenzo, let's say a Sway. Sure. Say, hey, Sway, pick out a bottle of wine. How does a beginner even know where to start? We have the holidays coming up and different things like that. Yeah. Where do you start, Lorenzo? Because sometimes you'll see something for $2.75, for $85, and then you don't want to be the person that ordered a $15 bottle of wine. But where does one start?
Yeah. Well, Trefethen.com is a great place to go.
There you go.
That boy's good.
He's good.
But most restaurants are a lot of great restaurants. Someone's putting that list together. Someone's making the decision to put the wines that they have on the list, and they're usually thinking about the food, right? Wine, it's complicated, but it rewards study. That's part of the fun part about wine is its diversity. And once you start getting into it, I mean, it's an endless universe of things that you can try and flavors that you can find. And there's nothing else that you're going to have that's actually going to make the food that you're going to enjoy taste better. And so when you're at a restaurant, there's someone who has some knowledge. And just start asking questions. Be like, hey, come over here, help me. I want to spend this much. I like these flavors. We're going to have this tonight. What would you recommend? Yeah. And there's always, take advantage of the person who assembled the list. And that's how I like. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Okay, Lorenzo Trefethen is here. He brought a box, Tracy. I
brought two
boxes, Tracy. Thought you were going to be here, but she's in New York.
You can grab it from me, Sway. Tell me how it tastes. I appreciate your palate. Lorenzo.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to meet you, my dear. I am very much a wine enthusiast.
Likewise.
Yeah, I love myself a good glass. And for anyone, we're now in a space of mindful drinking and balance. And, sobriety has definitely become a part of the picture. For yourself, what is your philosophy on moderation? And for someone who maybe has never had a glass of wine and they are maybe in their 40s, they've gone their entire life without ever having a sip.
Yeah.
What would you say are the benefits to even enjoying wine?
Well, it is a mindful experience, as you say. A great bottle of wine does something that no other drink really does. It puts you in the moment. You can be having a conversation, then you dip your nose into a glass. A really great wine will make you sit up and go, wait a minute, what is this? What am I having? Mm-hmm. And so it really does bring you into the moment. A great bottle of wine, it really elevates the experience that you're going to have. It makes the night memorable. And there's nothing else that does that. Nobody calls up their friends the next day and goes, hey, how about that espresso martini we had last night? Wasn't that amazing? But if you have a great bottle of wine, you'll be talking about that
Absolutely.
for a long time. But the other thing that happens with wine is you appreciate the food that you're having too. It brings you. It's wine and food, right? And so it really does bring you into sort of a responsible mode of drinking, right? And I drink mostly because of the flavor. The flavor is what I'm after, and the alcohol is kind of a nice side effect of that flavor.
That's real.
There's something about the fermentation of a wine grape that's magical. The reason that wine has this weird vocabulary, that's the other, sort of intimidating thing about wine. You start listening to wine people and you're like, what the hell are they talking about?
Right.
And they've got this whole other vocabulary. But the reason that they can sniff a glass of wine and be like, oh, there's, cherries and chocolate and tobacco and stuff like that, is there's nothing as chemically complex. Aside from life itself, there's nothing as chemically complex as a glass of wine. The very chemistry that gives cherries their flavor, that gives chocolate their flavor, that gives that tobacco box its smell, that's going to be in that glass if you can smell it. And there's nothing else. You can make wine out of other things. You can make it out of pineapples. You can make strawberry wine, and it's going to taste like strawberries and pineapples. But the thing about a wine from wine grapes is it never tastes like grapes. It tastes like everything else.
So
and there's something
funny.
about the fermentation of the wine grape that just creates this explosion in chemistry that's really sort of unmatched anywhere else. And that's, the beauty of one of the beauties of wine.
Let me ask you about grapes, right?
Yeah.
Because these aren't the grapes that you will buy at the store.
Yeah.
Right. And
I remember you tasting the grape and you're like, wait a minute, what have I been buying?
These grapes taste different. They were little. It tastes like the Garden of Eden.
Yeah.
Right? And Trefethen you don't buy grapes, right?
No, we grow our own.
You grow your own grapes. Yep. Talk about that. Is that the key to the taste?
Absolutely.
Right.
I have a good friend who's really into beer, and he took me aside one day and he's like, Lorenzo, I understand beer. I do not understand wine. Break it down for me. And I said, okay, a couple key differences. And one is that we don't work with the commodity feedstock. Mm-hmm. I plant grapes on one side of the hill. My neighbor plants the exact same grape on the other side of the hill. We're going to make very different wines because the grape really it takes on that certain place. Mm-hmm. That's the other beauty of wine, is that you really capture a place. And so for us, the key component of the wine making experience is the wine growing, the farming that we do.
The farming,
and that's unusual. Most wineries, they might grow a few grapes, but they're mostly buying grapes from other people. And most wine growers who are growing grapes aren't making wine, they're growing grapes for other people. But for us, the two are they're linked at their core. And so we grow everything that we turn into wine.
How has climate change affected your process of growing, if at all?
Yeah, no, it's a interesting question. Napa's a great place to grow grapes because it's at this sort of balancing point between two really strong climactic factors. You got the warm California sun on the one hand, and then you got cold Alaskan currents that come down the west coast, keep San Francisco a balmy 54 degrees throughout the summertime, and we get all that San Francisco fog because that sun creates a vacuum effect as it creates rising air, and it pulls those cool ocean breezes. Ooh, that's a nice photo. In through the Golden Gate, which is the break in the mountain chain. So it's the first time the air can get in off the Pacific Ocean, pulls it in, and we have this, we call it our natural air conditioner. So every day at like 1 p.m., the breeze starts to come in and cool us down just as it's getting warm. And as the weather has gotten warmer, as the sun has gotten stronger, that vacuum effect has gotten stronger. So we're kind of moderated in terms of temperature rise, but what we have seen is just every weather pattern is stronger. The storms hit harder, the heat waves are hotter, and that's where growing your own is really important because we can react to that. And everybody who works in the vineyard, we have a really unique labor setup. I don't know of really any other winery that works this way. Everybody who picks a grape at Trefethen, we just finished harvest, they're all full-time, fully benefited employees, and that's
amazing.
Yeah, we take good care of our people, and they take good care of the grapes.
When we went to your vineyard, what I couldn't help notice is the tech systems that surround the winery. And even what you guys are doing, you have an online presence as well. You guys are living in a digital space. And this is more of a modern approach. Everybody is, but for the industry, I think it's been very important that you guys have been able to be progressive. What is one of the most the innovations that you brought to the table that you're most proud of?
I think it's what we're doing right now, right? Like the wine industry needs new consumers, and we need to find people, bring them into this historic industry, get them to start appreciating the unique place that wine has in culture. And wine needs, wine was, with my parents' generation, wine got really cool. It was, it was definitely, especially after that 60 Minutes spot that everybody of a certain age remembers and everybody that's not that age has no idea what I'm talking about. Wow. But it was the French paradox and how people lived longer when they drank red wine. And that good for the heart. That result still holds up. But it's an interesting time because wine's still cool, but there's some other cool things that are starting to displace it, like cocktails and marijuana and now psychedelics. And so we need to bring wine back into that special place where, and I feel like as a culture in society, in America right now, we need wine. You need to take time to have a glass of wine. Everybody is just going crazy. And there's so many things that are pulling us apart as a nation. We need some stuff that brings us back together.
I like that.
And wine is one of those things.
Yeah, you want to do it down, Heather?
Absolutely.
I think Trefethen, a Trefethen celebration partnership with Heather B and myself.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Let's take this thing domestically.
Yeah.
Let's do a tasting tour.
Oh my God!
With the citizens of Sway in the
morning.
Hell yes!
And with that, we'll provide information, resources about wine, even from a medicinal place.
Yeah, we'll make it fun.
We'll make it fun.
Well,
which is what it should be.
Well, what we said,
and we'll have special guests.
Yes, special guests.
Yeah, that's for sure. Have the celebrity friends will come.
You guys don't know what's coming.
All right.
Let me talk to. Oh my God,
George, you like that? I love it. All right, go ahead. All right, go ahead.
Well, what I was gonna say, the cool thing about what Lorenzo does, and even for me, who I'm the happy hour. That's my brand, the happy hour would have to be. But what you do is you make it so simple, Lorenzo, and less intimidating. And I think the reason why people, when it was just lull in wine, is because it started to feel like other. Like it's just not my crowd. It's not my thing.
Yeah,
you know, and you have simplified this and made it fun again.
Like, problem with pretentiousness.
The snobs, the Fraser Cranes of the world.
Exactly. And you walk down you open that wine list at a restaurant, it's like, how am I going to make a decision? This is overwhelming. You walk down a wine aisle, so you need, just a little bit of confidence.
Absolutely.
And, everybody can tell you what it tastes like, but the most important thing is, do you like it?
Do you like it?
Does it taste good to you?
Mm-hmm.
And that a lot of people who are just getting into wine, they're so intimidated. They're like, I think I should like this, but I'm not sure that I really do.
Right.
Okay. No, drink what you like.
That's
the master value.
Drink what you like. Lorenzo Trefethen is here.
Yes.
All you want to know about wine and its industry, give us a call, 888-742-3345.
While we open up a bottle?
And if you think it's a good idea and you want to come to the Trefethen Happy Hour Tour, Citizens Tour,
yes,
let us know you would be down to do this. We got to get a proof of concept. So, citizens, if you would be down to attend this tour when we put it together.
Happy Hour Trefethen Citizen Wine Tasting Tour.
Sip some wine, listen to some good music.
Yes.
And learn a little bit and meet people.
Exactly.
Yes.
Because what did you say?
It brings us together.
Wine brings people together.
That's the superpower.
That's the superpower.
Yeah.
888-742-3345. Where y'all at? Yeah, you got to love it, man. Amy Winehouse. Oh, get it? Amy Winehouse.
Very befitting.
Did that on purpose. Yeah, right? Okay. Work with me.
Everything's a bar.
Favorites.
Everything's a bar. And we're at a bar, it seems like, in here. As much wine is being poured. There you go.
No judgment.
No judgment. Lorenzo Trefethen is here, of the Trefethen Winery family. His good sister, Haley, who I've yet to meet, and he have taken over the reins, something that his family created back in 1968. They got a lot of acres. I'll just leave you with that, Hit that. There you go. Yeah. It's a beautiful place. We had a chance to visit it. I want to say to you, if you're ever in that Napa Valley area, make sure you visit the Trefethen Winery.
Big facts.
All right. Matter of fact, maybe I could hook you up with a tour. Can I do that?
Let's do something.
You want to do something?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
Okay. Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah. We'll say, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just say Sway sent you.
Just Sway. Yeah, right.
He just made it super easy.
Yeah.
Yo, that's good.
Just say
Sway sent me. I'm interested in learning about wine. We like to say that Napa Valley starts here at Trefethen, and it's not just graphic, it's historic, but it's also I can't tell you how many people I have met, consumers, who say, Trefethen, oh man, it's so nice to meet you. Your wine was the first bottle of wine that I had that clued me into what this whole fine wine thing was. It opened my eyes to there's something here. There's something really interesting here. That is my favorite story. So you come to Napa with no knowledge and curiosity, stop by Trefethen, we'll take care of you.
And tell them
Sway sent you.
Avon is on the line from Orange County. Avon, how you
doing?
Hey.
What a nice name.
Hey, what's going on, y'all, man? I cannot believe I'm talking to y'all right now. First of all, first-time caller.
First time.
We got a first-time caller, Torey.
You got a first-timer.
Level up.
Pew.
Welcome to the vineyard. All right. What's on your mind,
Appreciate
Avon?
it.
Absolutely.
Well, before we get on the wine thing, I wanna say thank you to you, Sway, and to Heather B, because my son, you guys actually called him and put him in the game about like a month or so ago on here. And on your morning show, he was Eric. He was Eric, a.k.a. Eric, the producer. Yeah, that's my son.
Yes.
And
man.
Very talented.
Like, much gratitude, just much love to y'all.
Blessings. God bless. Wow.
They create opportunities here. It's amazing.
Thank you.
Oh man,
that warmed our heart.
In my car going crazy. Man, that was just you guys couldn't believe how happy I was, and just the fact that you guys just took the time for it. I just want to give y'all a huge shout out. You guys just completely just gave him the motivation to keep pushing. Just the information y'all gave him. He's off and running. So I just want to start off with that before we get into this wine.
There you go. Man. Now let's get into this wine. Have you ever been to a winery?
I've been to a few wineries. Like my wife drinks wine, my parents drink wine, and they've been trying to get me to drink wine for at least 10, 12 years. And it was just, every time I go to the wineries, it was like all luscious. That's all I saw was just the drunk ladies just stumbling and falling over. I'm like, is this what this whole thing is all about? Like, what
Yo, that's so real, though. Yo, that is so real.
I mean, every time.
I'm sorry, is there a problem here? Or?
Hilarious.
So it just really didn't fit my vibe. So I never really got into it. So, but once I hear you guys talking about it, Mr. Trefethen, I'm just hearing about just the introduction that they gave you, and again, I'm very curious. I want to get into wine, but I just don't know. I don't have the information. I mean, my family can tell me about it. Oh, try this, try this, and I'm just kind of I don't know. I prefer to stick to my,
Well, you don't know about the flavors that you're being introduced to, or you don't know about just like the culture of wine.
The culture. I mean, I guess. I mean, I know a little bit about the culture. I was actually in the Navy, where my son was actually born in Italy, and actually, I was surrounded by wine drinkers. So I saw, I used to put his pacifier in wine because I was told that, it helped, with the numbing and stuff. So I saw some Italian families dipping their little thing and, and putting it in the baby's mouth. I'm like, I guess, when in Rome, right?
Okay, let's do this, man, because this is an exciting. I feel like this is a potential learnable moment.
It is.
I feel like, Avon, you and your family should drive up from Orange County to Napa Valley. Right, and go by the Trefethen Winery. Make it a day that maybe Lorenzo was there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Could you
connect us?
We can make a connection. You'll give him that tour you gave us.
I'll give him a tour. No, and for everybody else listening, even if I'm not giving you a tour, we really pride ourselves at Trefethen on the educational aspect.
Yeah.
Like, you come to Trefethen, you're going to learn something.
That's what I'm looking
for. How wine is made, about how we make it, about and most importantly, the story. The story of the wine is really important.
Mm-hmm.
This is a human craft, and the blood and sweat and tears that go into making a bottle of wine really make that wine taste better. Once you know the story, it tastes better.
And I think too, Avon, you sound much like Horst, my husband, who is not a big wine drinker. He said he felt, drunk and slow and hung up. He didn't understand what his body was doing. Huh. And I said to him, you need to find what you like.
Wine.
And you need better wine. You need better wine. You need to find what you like.
Right.
And when he ended up going on the tour, Avon, he fell in love. I think the thing that Lorenzo touched on, what I think people miss out on, it's the pairing. Like, you had a beautiful pairing for us as well.
Yeah.
And so you need the food to balance it out, and not just sit there. That's why you see a lot of drunk ladies, because they're just drinking. There's no food, and it's just the slurred speech and the falling over. I get it. But it needs to be an experience for you and your wife, and especially for you to find what you like.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, definitely.
My mother says, cuisine, it awakens the palate.
Yeah.
And then you get interested in what you find in wine and the way that they interact together. We've got an experience at the vineyard called Taste the Estate, where not only the wine that you're drinking, but a lot of the food that we pair with the wine comes from the property. So it's
the figs,
farm
olives,
to table. Everything comes from like a square mile.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And it's go for it.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I had to clear my throat. But I was just trying to figure out is just, all I knew was just talons. That's all they told me. It's like, oh, if it has legs on it, then it's good.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
No, that's just a measure of viscosity. It's fun to say. It's like, ooh, look at the legs.
Got legs.
But it's got legs. But no, that doesn't tell you too much about wine, actually.
All right. Yeah. Let's do this, though, Avon. I appreciate the conversation. That's why we're letting it, because you're speaking not just for yourself, but millions of folks out there that want to have a better understanding of what it is. And when done properly, even someone like me, I enjoyed all the wine that I tasted.
You did good, Sway.
And I wasn't tipsy or any of that. we did get a chance to go walk through that amazing garden that they have there.
Yeah.
You know, in the vineyards, and you'll be able to have that natural experience while you. It's an experience, man. So when you go there, Avon, tell them you heard Lorenzo on this show, and you came up for a tour, and you're a guest of Heather, Tracy, and me. That works, Lorenzo?
That works for me.
That. Okay?
Yeah.
Go up there and then tell us how it was, man. Take your family, right? And they'll be very impressed by you. Okay? You're a super citizen,
brother. Sway in the morning.
Woo. All right, my man Avon, man. We're going to MA is in Alabama. MA. All the way in Alabama. They drink wine in Alabama?
Man, listen,
where are you in Alabama, MA? I'm headed out your way for Thanksgiving. I'm going to be in Huntsville and for Thanksgiving with my wife's family.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Since you said that, I might go to Huntsville with my ex-wife and her family because my young son got there. I might go out there and meet you out there, but I'm in Birmingham, Alabama.
Oh, I love Birmingham.
Born and raised in Los Angeles, California. So I got like a 3-in-1 question for you real quick. About 5 years ago, I read an article about the Valley and about the merger of cannabis growers merging with wine growers. So I did some research, couldn't really find anything that anybody was producing. So the question to you, Renzo, was did you and your team, your family, did you all get in the wine cannabis merger game, and do you all have any wine cannabis mergers pairings on the market?
The short answer is no, but we have some funny stories that we can share. We have got a hillside property, which is the home of our top Cabernet called Halo, which Sway really took a liking to, and so joint, I got the new release of Halo for you here.
I'm that guy.
It's just coming out. You can only get it if you're in the club right now. We had a geologist who came up to our hillside property, and it's this amazing place, and it was like a geologist's wet dream. He was having so much fun up there. He was up for a month just like collecting rocks, and then one day he called my dad. He's like, "Hey, John, can you want to go on a hike with me?" And he said, "Yeah." And so they went up, and he was like, "So I was just walking around here, and I started. You might want to check this out." So they just walked into, someone was squatting on the property, growing some marijuana.
Oh, wow.
There was the occasional like new piece of farm equipment hidden in the bush that we started finding. But some people down, most of the sort of cannabis and wine, it's interesting because they're competitive for the most part. There's a lot going in like Paso Robles, and the wine industry is not so happy about it, actually, because it's really changing the landscape. When you grow grapes, you've got a vineyard out there. When you're growing marijuana, you have these like hoop houses, and they kind of disturb the landscape.
If my memory is right, in that article I read, there was a battle over water.
Exactly.
Because the plants needed a whole lot more water, and they were taking water that you all use naturally and your reserves that you had, and it was going into their farm. So I read that in that article. Okay, so I ain't gonna hold us all up. I'm in this business. BU Global 205. You can see me on Instagram. And so I started a business back in the day called We World Candies. We did that, and it was all amazing. So, second question, real quick, Renzo, do you all make wine popsicles?
Wine popsicles. It was like I guess sometime in May we make an amazing rosé. Rosé usually isn't amazing, but we make an amazing rosé called Sin for summer in Napa. And our chef made actually some rosé popsicles. They were not that sweet. They were really good. They were so good.
Nice.
So yeah, there's something to that frosé thing.
Okay, and then last question, M.A. I like your questions, so I'm letting you get them off.
Right, and it's a quick and fast. DB, you should have played Larry June, Napa Valley in that mix. Just shout out to Larry June because it's in the mix right now. And so throw that out there for me. if I want to distribute, how do I find you? And how can and can you distribute to Birmingham, Alabama?
Yeah. Trefethen.com is the easiest, but in Alabama, I'm trying to think of the retail stores that we're in out there. And
I might already know them
grocery
too.
store should be able, they can get the wine, and out here places like Whole Foods, Pavilions, and they carry the wine. Yeah, HEB in Texas.
All right. Hey, M.A., great questions. We appreciate you. No, that's it, man. Thank you, M.A. We love you, man. You're a super citizen.
Sway in the morning.
All right.
Can I squeeze in another question real quick?
Hey, hold up, Tracy. I'm going to get one in. I'm going to go ahead and get one in. I'm sorry, Tracy.
Even to your own colleagues.
I'm not sorry. I'm not. I'm glad we could be honest on this show.
Me too.
Here, Sway, have a glass of wine.
I was going to say, I'm reaching my cup for another pour. Thank you.
Cheers.
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 I'm not really a drinker, but I'm going to hold it up.
Cheers.
Cheers. Because Trefethen is a different experience.
And we're members.
My family is in the wine business. I don't know if you knew this.
Oh,
Lorenzo.
Really?
Yeah. My cousin E40.
Oh, nice. Vallejo, yeah. Pave the way for my friend Russell.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what's up.
Can't mess with Lorenzo, I'm telling you.
So I love 40 because he's an adventurous entrepreneur.
Yeah.
We've gotten a chance to, by example, he leads by example. To be an entrepreneur is a scary business. There's no guarantees. Kidding. And to make it in life, you got to be in scary situations.
Yeah.
And he jumped into the spirits industry, I want to say back in 2010, I think is when he started his Earl Stevens. You're familiar.
Oh,
the Earl Stevens, that's E40.
Out of Lodi, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's E40's brand. And what I like about it is what Heather was talking about, and you were talking about, a lot of people are intimidated by the wine industry, and they need an entry level.
Yep.
So what better way than somebody who sold millions of records in his past?
Yeah.
We've known him for years, and we could kind of trust what he's put into his product. What are your thoughts about people who may not come from a wine background, but entering the industry like he has? And it's 2010, so we're talking 15 years.
Yeah.
Right?
It's gotten nobody in the wine industry comes from the wine industry usually. I mean, when you look at the beginning of Napa, it was my family and a few other families, and I think only the Mondavis were really in wine. Everybody else came from somewhere else.
Okay.
And that keeps the business fresh because they bring a new perspective to it. And Napa attracts, it's interesting to see, what's the hot industry at the time. I remember I was in college trying to figure out what the hell I was going to do with my life.
You went to Stanford, right?
I did.
Yes.
And I came home one Thanksgiving, and I looked around the valley. I was like, wait a minute. We've got the best people in tech and construction and film, and they all just seem like when they make it and they want to have some fun, they get into wine.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe, all right, I guess I'll start here and see how that goes. That was sort of when I made the decision to dip my toe into the family business and see if I liked it. And it's a very seductive industry. But I like what, E40's making a very different style of wine than we are. But as you say, it's for people who grew up on, Coca-Cola and soft drinks and things. And it's that entry in sort of, big, simple, sweet flavors, but friendly wines, I would say. Friendly wines.
I love that, man. You're not a hater, man. I appreciate that about Trefethen, man. Shout out to Earl Stevens.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all check that brand. I'll get you some. We'll swap.
There we go. We'll barter.
All right. Me and Heather we're in his wine club too.
E40 put me in? I didn't know.
Yeah, of course you in.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
I didn't want to assume because it's your cousin.
That's why you're in.
Oh, see, it's
Okay.
different.
All
Lorenzo
right.
invited me in.
Yeah, it's different. Now 40 loves you. Tracy, you want to conclude the conversation?
Yes, and I love that you asked that, Sway, because that was on my mind too. Just thinking about all of the celebrities that are now in the wine industry. I think about Issa Rae.
Right.
I think about your cousin E40 or Dwayne
Dwayne
Wade.
Wade.
Yup, John
Yep.
Legend. But in the spirit of innovation, I was
Snoop.
inspired. Snoop,
Yeah.
big facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the 19 Crimes partnership facts. there's a lot. I wanna hear, in your opinion, what the trends in wine are today. For me personally, I think about like orange wine. I think about biodynamic wine, which I actually am not even 100% sure what that is. Can you kind of break that down, and also what you see on the frontier of the wine industry?
Yeah, orange wine, natural wines. They had a moment. I think that moment is probably concluding, because the wines are just they're hard, and there's some
orange wine too real for me.
They funky.
There's some strange flavor. They very funky.
It's too real.
But what's happening now is there's a real just kind of, the wine industry is in a little bit of trouble. Honestly, we've been growing very steadily for the last 30 plus years, and then really since the pandemic now, people are not drinking the way that they used to, and so I think everyone's sort of scrambling to try and figure out what is the next thing, and the next thing really does seem to be like celebrity partnerships. They are springing up all over the place, because what the wine industry needs right now is just new audiences, like, and how do I get attention, right? So they got a built-in audience, and they find someone, and they're good and bad examples.
Yeah.
Not all of them are good.
Partnerships. So you gotta figure it out, be selective, but go out and try it, find what you like, and then start drinking wines like that. And everyone uses your phone now to find out things, and we're trying to meet people where they are, but there's still something about that human connection. And wine, for me, it really is. It's about bringing people together. So go down to your local shop and start talking to them about wine, and you'll find someone who has a real passion for what they're doing, and that they'll be a great guide into wine.
Lorenzo Trefethen is here. Great question, Tracy.
Yeah.
This was fun, man. I
enjoyed
myself,
man.
This is good. Give it up for this guy, man.
It's going to be great.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you,
can hear it,
everybody.
Tracy. I had a question. I lost it.
I'm done. So the final question is, have you changed your mind around Thanksgiving? This is for Sway Calloway.
He was planning a dry Thanksgiving, Lorenzo. No alcohol, no marijuana, because he feels like as a family we should all come together and be sober for 4 hours. And I booed him. I booed him out his own studio.
How you boo that? What kind of evilness am I surrounded by?
How do you invite someone with a happy hour to an unhappy place? It doesn't even make sense.
Boom!
Hey,
Yes.
to each their own. But I think, again, you're going. Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday.
Nice.
It is.
Same.
You don't have to go out and buy a costume or presents, and it's like the anti-commercial holiday. It's hilarious. We're driving down the street the other day, and people have their Christmas decorations up already. I was just like, what? The Thanksgiving is not even thought in the commercialization of holidays in this country, which makes it real. And it's just, what do? You sit down with your family, you have a nice meal, a bonus if you cook it, and there's something you can add. You need good tunes, and you need some good wine.
We got Lorenzo's vote, Sway.
Lorenzo Trefethen is here.
Thanksgiving.
I want to. Okay, so what is it? Real quick, this isn't a full, but where's Haley? Like, we never see Haley.
Haley's taking care. She's holding down the property.
Oh.
Somebody
So he
gotta
can
be
go
at
outside.
home, so I can be down here. My sister Haley, and
He's
together,
the real boss.
together we're the namesakes of Halo. You put Haley Lorenzo together. That's our top wine, and we just released the 2021. Got a little something here for you, Master Sway, and Heather B. A little preview.
I'm excited.
It's a
I know it's off the hook.
beautiful
I know it is.
Tell her we said thank you. One day, hopefully, we'll cross paths. But I definitely, Lorenzo offered me. I'm embarrassed to say this, Tracy, but Lorenzo offered me an opportunity to stay on his property for a few days, and I'm just very You know, I
okay.
heard that.
The humble brag king.
Come on up.
You offered me that, right?
Yeah.
There
Can't say no now.
Right. That's why he did it here live in front of.
Good invitation. Self-invitation.
Hey, do y'all have any ponds or bodies of water on the property?
You into fishing? What are you asking?
Yeah.
All right, we'll stock the reservoir.
Okay, y'all got something over there, right?
Oh yeah. No, we've always been leaders in sustainability. Even before the word sustainability existed, we were setting things up. And one of the things that my grandfather did when he set up the property was really sort of a circular system when it came to water. So all the water we use in the winery to clean tanks and stuff is captured, recycled. And we create this circular use. But he put 2 reservoirs in the low points of the property, and there's fish in one of them. I mean, actually, we had some otter show up, some river otter, actually. So there might not be any more fish.
Wow. No, they're not gluttonous like humans. They know.
when they tap out.
Oh, you never met an otter. They are gluttonous.
Oh, they're gluttonous?
Oh,
Okay,
yeah. They eat everything.
They eat it all. How many acres again?
We farm 400 down around the winery, and then another 40 up in the hillside.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Something to see, citizens. Make sure you go check it out.
Y'all interested in selling any of those acres, let me know.
Sway, goodbye.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Lorenzo. Thank you, Lorenzo. I appreciate you, man.
Hey,
you see what a cup does?
Thank you for inviting me into your house. This was a real treat. And to all the citizens, it's a real treat to be talking to you. I consider it an honor. And I hope you come visit us in Napa.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah.
Trefethen.com, right?
Trefethen.com, and get you some Trefethen dry Riesling and Pinot Noir for Thanksgiving, and you will blow your family's minds.
Yes.
Okay.
How do you spell
Trefethen?
Tref, as in Foxtrot, Ethen.
And Tracy, they have an amazing recipe, citizens. I'll post it for a prime rib with porcini mushroom crust.
Ooh, yeah.
It looks absolutely divine. I'll post it on my IG, and you guys make sure you follow me at the Happy Hour WHB. They have their own olive oil as well. Tracy G.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man, it's lit. It's lit.
All right, we're going to end the show, guys.